This isn't life!
Episode 3.
Here we are, back with a brand new rap, as a famous rapper once said.
Oh, what rapper?
Oh, I'm not sure I'm allowed to say. Eminem. Eminem.
Oh, okay, cool.
Alex, I think you should preface that first bit there. I feel like in the interlude, I know this is a bit going before we actually started recording. Probably shouldn't be talking about this, but your yawn in the camera. I really wish someone like had overdubbed either a Wookiee or like a dinosaur, because you were like.
It was. That was quite spectacular.
Sorry.
It's like he was trying to hold back half, so he sort of like did a weird stroke kind of orgasm face.
I had a very late night.
Yeah.
Very late
Yeah?
night. I didn't realise the time, and it was like 2 o'clock.
What were you doing?
I was building Lego.
Oh, you fucking nerd.
What was it?
It's
Lego are
like
you
a
building?
big, you know the question block from Mario? Yeah, the thing that
the
he
box.
punches and hits.
Oh no, the gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the gold
Box on the
block.
gold
It's
block.
one of those, but inside of it, it's got like a Bowser thing, and it's like a castle, and then there's like different levels from the original Mario game. So it like opens up, and
Oh,
yeah,
right,
it's
pretty cool actually.
yeah.
Oh, nice. Did you get it finished?
We had it finished, and then when we move in, it got dropped.
Oh, who dropped it?
Who do you think?
Nicole.
Yeah.
Get rid of her, mate. Get a new one.
Yeah. Whose is it? Yours or Nicole?
It's both of ours. We just sort of bought it.
Got a new headset, by the way.
No new headset. Same old thing.
Right.
Yeah. So same old HyperX
Yeah,
headset.
fair enough.
Guys, what have you been doing?
Nerd.
What's supposed to be going on this week? You know, Will, anything new with the band?
We're playing Camden Hells.
Oh, when is
okay.
that?
It's in February. Let me just get the second.
Can you get me a VIP?
We can get you money off, I think, which is what we've been trying to sort out today. Oh, it's Saturday the 11th of February. We play the Fiddler's Elbow. THOUGHTCASTLE.
The Fiddler's Elbow.
Yeah, you've never been there.
No,
I don't think I've ever been there, actually. If you,
I thought that's the name of your new album.
yeah, we play the Fiddler's Elbow, as in we play that music. You can get cheaper tickets if you message us. Well, actually, I can put you on the list if you want.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm
It shouldn't be
not
cheap.
friends
It should be
with a
free.
rock star.
Like,
Well,
come on.
it's
Yeah, Post Malone's mates don't pay for tickets, surely.
yeah, but he owns all that shit. We have to work for people.
Yeah, but okay, cool. Yeah, I'll come
So-
and I will support as well.
Sounds good, mate. Sounds good. Yeah, Fiddler's Elbow,
Wicked.
11th February.
Wicked. Would it be merch there?
I imagine so. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, the boys are handling most of this. The social, a couple of them handle the social aspect. So, but yeah, I imagine we'll have a merch stand and cardless, contactless payments and all that. So.
We shall put the link to all that in the.
Oh yeah,
description,
that'd be
I'm
lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Stick it on the Twitter. Stick it on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Or any other place that you can listen to This Isn't Life.
Oh yeah, this isn't
Mm.
life. Anyway,
We include everything.
what is on the menu for episode 3, boys? What is on the menu?
Oh, I went over to Josh last
We
week.
did, yeah.
It
After
did
you
go over to
rudely left the show.
I was sick of it, mate. Sick of it. I just needed to get away. And
I mean, it's either us or the band will. So think
Yeah.
carefully about it.
can't possibly do both.
No, absolutely not. Yeah. So the baton was passed to me. Actually, boys, I will say, and for anyone listening, it is quite stressful when it's your turn.
It's a bit,
because
yeah.
There's like an unnecessary pressure on you because it's your first one. Obviously, we're only 3 episodes in. You want it to be funny, but also not too ridiculous. So it's
Yeah.
it's quite a stressful experience. Actually, I've been looking every single day.
You sort of rely on the other people to ask ridiculous questions, because that's where it all
Yeah.
comes into it. And it's not always easy, especially if you choose one that doesn't resonate with everyone. And it's like you don't know until you go through it. So yeah, I know what you feel.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think if you choose something that's a bit mundane and not so spectacular, then questions are hard to come by. So yeah, but I mean, the one I've got this week, it is I saw it and then read the headline and it made me laugh straight away.
Okay.
It's not so ridiculous. Now, this comes from a quite reputable. Yeah, that one. It comes from a tabloid that's actually okay. I mean, ridiculously still, but okay. Like,
still got to fill a page.
And it's.
I'd rather know half of the story, at least the headline.
Oh yeah, and then we can guess
I know
the tabloid.
what this. Because I would love to guess the tabloid, because I feel like this is going to be semi-ridiculous, and it's not going to be someone like, The Independent.
Do
you know what I mean?
So.
Like,
not quite the Independent, but okay. And it's also disclaimer. It is quite long. This one, quite long-winded, or the write-up is long. I should say.
Okay.
So I'll start with the headline.
Go for it, man.
Woman uses asparagus to predict the future, and it's not looking good for royals.
Right. Okay. So we've got a royal angle here.
Well, now, royal is a part of the story. It's probably a bigger segment, but that's not the only thing she has predicted. And the beauty of this article is they have given you a full list of her predictions.
Right. Okay.
So this is what I'm saying. It's a bit long-winded, this one, so you might run over, but I do think it's worth it because there's a lot of angles.
All right. I'm excited.
Can I, before you go any further with the story, can I have one prediction from that list?
You want to give me a prediction, or you'd like me to tell you one of this lady's predictions?
Tell me one of her predictions. I want to know one of the predictions from her list that aren't to do with the royals that she's made with this asparagus.
Okay, so not to do with the royals. People will become savvier with food shortages on the horizon. Rationing may be considered.
How many are there? How many predictions are there?
How many? There is. Well, I'm not even going to count them. I reckon there's 20 predictions there.
Okay.
And she's got them all right, it says?
Well, no. So.
Don't be silly.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Alex. Essentially, she's using asparagus. She's not using a cauldron, or a crystal ball. So, I doubt it. They may just be well-educated guests, but let me get into it. So, a fortune teller who predicts the future using asparagus has revealed her top forecasts for 2023. Jemima Packington, 65, claims to be able to divine... Oh, they've missed out a word here. Claims to be able to have divine knowledge of the future by tossing spears into the air and interpreting how they land.
Right, hang on. No. Is she getting asparagus, right, like a spear, and throwing it into the air?
No, so I assume that spears must be what you call sticks of
Yeah,
asparagus.
that's what I'm thinking.
Right. So she's
They
not
must be
like...
called spears of asparagus.
So she's not getting a javelin?
No.
right, okay.
No, just, I mean, imagine her poor husband when he's sunbathing out there, just surrounded by, like, it's like seeing at 300. We shall fight in the shade.
You had to say it. Fight in the shade.
Okay, so over the years, she has correctly predicted major events such as Brexit, as well as Harry and Meghan stepping down as senior members of the royal family. Several of her predictions for 2022, such as Croatia winning the World Cup and Boris Johnson clinging on as Prime Minister, had less success, however. This year, she has predicted the Lionesses will continue on their Euro 22 form win by bringing home the Women's World Cup, and added that the Conservatives will hang on in government. Now, I will stop them from going any further, so what do we think of that?
Blimey. Well, it doesn't seem like it's any more than chance. Because what about the asparagus gives it?
Well, okay. So I boys will show you. I don't know if you can see. I'll show you a picture of her because I feel that it's fitting, And I want you to tell me exactly who she reminds you of straight away, because I feel like we're all thinking the same thing.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh.
I
That's a
can't
bit
really
contrasty.
see her. I'll give you a visual representation.
Okay.
She looks like the headmaster from the team.
What, Mrs. Trunchbull?
Yeah.
Mrs. Trunchbull.
Yeah, I can see that actually, yeah.
More cake, you little pissworm.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull. So, but a little bit nicer, maybe, but like still Miss Trunchbull looking. So,
Right, I want to get into this asparagus. Okay?
okay.
So, what I want to say is, so you said that she predicted the women's Euros, Harry and Meghan, Boris Johnson,
Yes.
and Brexit.
But the Boris Johnson one and the Conservative one. Well, the Boris Johnson one is obviously
Wrong.
She got that wrong. I don't really get into politics or English politics, but are the Conservatives still in? They are. Aren't
Yeah.
They? Rishi Sunak is not a Labour, obviously. Okay, yeah. So she has got things wrong, but she has got things right as well.
So, what I want to say then is the fact that she has made these predictions with asparagus, and I say asparagus in air quotations because, let's be honest, if you're looking at facts and statistics, then more than likely you're going to get that right. It doesn't mean that you're going to throw a vegetable or whatever an asparagus is up into the air and you're going to predict the future. She's merely using facts and statistics to seem truthful.
I wonder if she's already seen a news report, the likelihood of Conservatives staying in, or I mean, in fairness, what she said about what was that one about the food prices rise or a shortage of food and stuff, and therefore it might be likely that rations come in. And you think, well, yeah, what else would they do? It's obviously going to be that, isn't it? It's like people aren't able to eat as much food now because there's a food shortage. Therefore, people aren't eating a lot of food. That's essentially what she's been saying.
Yeah. I mean, she's obviously an educated woman by the looks of her. Obviously, looks can be deceiving. She's obviously an educated woman. She doesn't look like she's wearing a nice blazer, and she does look like a sort of head teacher. So she's obviously not stupid. So she's obviously fucking mental because she's throwing asparagus in the air and dancing around it like you would a Stonehenge. But she's obviously got a bit of foresight as to pick things that are not so ridiculous they couldn't happen.
Yeah, it's all a bit sensationalist, though, isn't it? I mean, the likelihood of you getting these things wrong is sort of, I don't know. She should be able to predict what a certain person is doing at a certain time if I was to actually believe it, and even then I'd speculate. You know, like a proper prediction is what like Albert Einstein did with his theory. I can't remember what theory it was, but he predicted that there'd be a
theory of relativity.
Probably, yeah. I can't remember if it was special relativity. I don't even know the difference, but he predicted that there'd be a solar eclipse off the south coast of Africa at a certain time within a window, and it actually happened. And I think it was years after his death. He was using, obviously, mathematics, which is the only real predictor. So that's what I'm saying. That's why it makes it all completely ludicrous and bollocks.
He wasn't throwing a bag of spinach up in the air and saying that there's going to be an eclipse.
No, mate.
This woman is clearly having people on and... Well, look, she might not be.
No, she definitely
I want to hear
is.
more of the story.
She definitely is.
Let's hear more of the story.
Hold on. Because let me get through this. So, now, if I pronounce this wrong, I'm sorry, because this is clearly a made-up word. The Asparamancer has also said there will be a health scare of Princess Anne, which comes just a few months after she predicted the Queen's death, when she saw a broken crown in her spears. She also said rationing may be considered due to the food shortages and more people will return to growing their own foods. I'll get through this last bit and then we can get to her actual predictions.
Let's get to the meat, as it were.
So last year she predicted Croatia will win the World Cup. They finished third. And that the Oscar for Best Film will go to Power of the Dog and Benedict Cumberbatch. will be nominated for Best Actor. Sadly, neither were correct. She also said Keir Starmer wouldn't stay on as leader of the Labour Party.
Listen, right? She predicted the Queen was going to die. I think that many people, including myself, I've been saying it for a while, she was not well.
She was old, man. It's just what happens.
Yeah, don't run over the fact she weren't like 700. Well, she is a lizard, so she only shed her skin, which is now a new form, but...
Look, she wasn't well. She didn't turn up for major events towards the end. People knew. So to make a prediction that the Queen's going to die is inevitable. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Boys, I feel like you're being very judgy today, you two. Very straight off the front foot judgy.
I think from the headline, and that's the reasoning, a woman's using asparagus to predict the future, but she's been, 30% right?
Yeah.
She hasn't been, it's not 80% right. It's not 80% right. It's like 30%. She's got so many things wrong, but from what we've been told from this article, she's only got 2 right.
Yeah. I mean, the reason I'm judgy about people like this is that it's almost like they prey on people that are, I don't know, a little bit gullible. That's how she gets her. I don't know. That's how she. Because it's. How has it ended up in a newspaper that she's able to predict shit with asparagus? It just annoys me because it's like, I don't know what you. I just feel like it preys on people in that way. It just gives me such contempt for people who try and play it off as if it's some sort of real thing, and I wonder even if they're profiting for it.
Josh, what does she do for a living?
It doesn't say. I have not the thing I can tell you is, which might swing you either way, or do you want to know what paper it is?
Let's have a guess.
Go on.
Is it the Mirror?
No.
Is it the Metro?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that is a paper that is on every single underground train, every single train in London, every single corner. So this is a paper that gets read.
Yeah.
Often. And it's actually not a bad paper. I mean, as far as papers go, or mainstream media goes, it's not a bad paper.
No, it's not. But I think... Do you get paid for your stories that are in the Metro? Because the Metro is free.
You probably get paid for all stories.
Because they probably make their money from advertising or something, don't they?
Yeah, you definitely get paid.
But I wonder if she is
your story.
Like, how has she come to the attention of the media? Has she is she like Psychic Sally? Do you not remember Psychic Sally? She had like a TV show and everything, like, and she'd be on stage. She'd be like a clairvoyant, be on stage going, "I'm getting the name George," and then someone would go, "Is that what is that from? Is that
it's the
Phoenix Nights?" Yeah, fucking hell.
Clinton Baptiste.
So do you want me to finish the article and then we can go back to her predictions, because they've got predictions from last year and her predictions for this year as well. So shall I just finish the article and then we can go through the predictions? Yeah, I'll maybe do 5 from this year, 5 from last year, or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good place to start, because I'd like to know how many she got right to how many she got wrong, and then I can sit there and go, okay, maybe you're a bit of a Mystic Meg, not a Psychic fucking Sally or whatever that is, because I've never heard that. But Mystic Meg. Mystic Meg, mate. I'd like to know, because I'd like to sit there and go, okay, yeah, maybe there is something. Maybe you have got a speciality that you could use, but I think I'm not saying that this woman can't read tarot cards or whatever she's doing. I'm not saying that she's not a psychic.
Shit is bollocks, though. Being a psychic is bullshit.
For the sake of
this isn't life argument.
Of this isn't life. Let's say that she is one of these. She is a psychic, but I personally am sitting there going, yeah, maybe she could be a psychic. I want to know the pros and cons. I want to know what she got right, what she got wrong. But I think the asparagus is bullshit.
Okay. Well, let me finish.
Josh,
this.
just quickly, can you go through, if we're going to choose 5 from last year, 5 from this year, can you look at the most ridiculous ones and then I think that would.
To be fair though, Will, none of them are absolutely ludicrous. Like Martians will make contact and they'll take over the world. None of them are like that. They're all very ones. Like for example, Chelsea FC will go from strength to strength. And as beautiful as it is, and as happy as I am, Chelsea are fucking shit, absolute shit. So, and that's coming from a Liverpool fan. So I'd still rather be a Liverpool fan than a Chelsea fan anyway. But that isn't something that anyone who sort of knows about football could say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I get that.
So, but let me finish the article. Right? Because it goes sort of back to how she sort of knew she could do it. So, in 2021, Jemima predicted Christmas celebrations would be a modest affair, which was the case in many households as Omicron took hold. In 2019, she correctly predicted cricket success for the England Big Brother. Predicted cricket success for England, Big Brother returning to our screens, and a US romantic musical, A Star Is Born, winning an Oscar. Before that, she currently foresaw Andy Murray winning Wimbledon and Euro crisis and the credit crunch. Her other predictions for this year include Gareth Southgate getting an award in the King's New Year's honours, and that there will be more royal births on the cards. Jemima from Bath begin making predictions aged 8 and says she has inherited the gift from her elderly aunt who used to read tea leaves. She said, "My technique has not changed and I still cast the asparagus spears and interpret the patterns in them."
What is it?
I'm usually about 75 to 90% accurate with my predictions. I go through my predictions each year and think, yep, that's happened. Occasionally, I get one slightly off, where I haven't quite read it correctly, but I'm never far off. I predicted that Boris Johnson would become Prime Minister about 4 years ago, and he did, and everyone laughed their socks off. I make predictions using fresh Worcestershire asparagus grown in the Vale of Evesham, the UK's main supplier of the vegetable.
Wow.
Okay.
Did she make these predictions after they happened by any chance? Oh, wow. I've got almost all of these right.
That takes me to what I was going to ask. Are there any dates of the predictions between, where she...
No, there's no time frames.
Interesting.
I guess she does them before the new year. So she would have made these predictions for this year before the start of this year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She would have already made them, and so obviously she can't make them after they're done because that's fucking mental.
If that's the case, if she has sat there New Year's Eve with some asparagus, right, and predicted what's going to happen the year following, that's impressive. I mean, that's impressive.
She might not have done it all in one go. It might take a lot out of her. You know, when like people say they go under in seances, they go, it's taking me over, like, and they're all fucking sweating and fucked after, like they've actually done something real.
Taking a piece of my soul.
Yeah, started speaking in tongues and that, like. But I reckon she does this over a year because it might be too much for her.
Can we just quickly work? So, how many of them did you read out that were correct?
No, I think they were all correct, right?
No. So, yeah, well, they actually told you both. So, some of them that hadn't happened and some of them that have. But what I can do for you guys, I've got a whole list of 2022 predictions, right? So, we know if these have come true or not. And I've got a whole list of ones for this year. Now, what would you rather me start with? Last year's ones, or would you want to start with this year's?
Let's do it.
I want to start with last year's.
Yeah,
I want to start last year's because if we start last year's, we know if they've come true.
Okay. So I'll start with last year's. So I won't go through them all. I'll just do the first 5, yeah, because it's just easier. Okay. So this was Jemima's predictions for 2022. Despite all the bad press, Boris Johnson will continue as Prime Minister. COVID and all its variants will be with us forever, but everyone will learn to adapt and not let it get the better of us.
Sorry, I'm going to stop you.
So he's got both of those are wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the second one's a bit difficult to really even say about. Yeah, I suppose we do we get used to living with it. We're not necessarily going to adapt.
Yeah, but that's like anything, right?
We're not necessarily going to adapt to it as.
But for sake of argument, let's say it's true, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
So
we do it on a binary system.
We got one right. Yeah. So we got one right.
Yep.
And we got one wrong.
Yeah.
One wrong.
Okay, so I'm going to tally it up. So every time you read one, I want to tally up what we've got.
Okay.
All right?
Go for it.
All right. Okay. So, number 3. A brand new way of living will become the norm, working from home, etc. But people will no longer accept shoddy services hiding behind the guise of the pandemic.
So that's the same as the second one, right? Let's be honest.
So the first bit is a brand new way of living will become the norm, obviously working from home, but people will no longer accept shoddy services hiding behind the guise of a pandemic. So people won't accept forever that, I can't
shit's
send
not
you what you've bought because, so, I mean, but for me personally, that's just fucking obvious.
Yeah, and
That's not a prediction, that's just like knowing what a human
exactly.
being is.
It's just common sense, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't have in 2075 people going, I've had something in transit for fucking 75 years now, but it's because he got sent in COVID.
Yeah. It's going to be here any day
you know
now.
What I mean? Like,
can't wait.
Yeah, they Royal Mail have promised me they're not striking. They're on their 76th year of striking. Yeah. Nothing's been sent since 2022.
All right, so for the sake of argument, it's correct, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Well, for the sake of argument, yeah. Okay,
so we got 2 right and 1 wrong.
Okay, so number 4. Entertainment and sports venues will find ways to progress while keeping everyone safe. Now,
again,
a business has to work. A business has to open.
If she's made this prediction before COVID, then that is phenomenal.
This is what I mean. This is why I asked you when the date was, because if you sit there and you go...
They haven't given me a date. They're just for the year.
Yeah, no, I get that. I understand that. So, but obviously if COVID happens, she's going to go, oh, well, this will happen. But that's what happens.
And also, the thing is, pandemics have happened before, and then there are certain social measures that can be taken. Just obviously, like take China, for instance, they all wear face masks all the time. Like, that is something that is done to keep the population safe so the businesses can still be open and they don't spread germs. That is just an obvious fact. That is obviously something that you would do because it works. So her saying this last year, so still in the midst of, on the tail end of the pandemic, really. Right? I can't remember when it was now. Was it about a year ago?
2019 it started.
Yeah, so on the back end of the pandemic, she's saying, well, businesses will probably get used to this as well as humans. You think, well, yeah, obviously. I don't know why there's not even any room for argument there. But so, do you want to take that as another? She got that right. I suppose she did get it right, but I mean, it's not difficult to get right.
She did get it right though. She
okay.
did. She got it
all right, I'll stop my moan. Go on.
So
no.
So what? So we're on 3 correct.
Yeah. So this will be the last one for 22. So more sadness for the royal family, scandals and worse. Now, there's not been that many. I mean, as a royal family, there's been a lot of scandals. It's like coronation when all other countries don't have. I know not a lot of other people have royalty, but there's not normally as many murders and affairs and all sorts going on when it's a royal family. But there has been a lot of upheaval with the royal family. To be fair, with Harry and Meghan and all that kind of stuff, and obviously the
Andrew.
Let's not skirt around the paedophile ring is clearly at the heart of the. Of the monarchy, but there's a lot of scandal with them. So, but again, everyone knows that, don't they? If there's going to be a scandal with a royal family in the world, it's probably going to be the English royal family.
Yeah, definitely the most well known, aren't they?
Well, yeah,
nowadays, anyway.
Exactly. But also, they're well known because there's always controversies surrounding them in some way or another.
So she's predicted this Harry and Meghan thing, right?
Well, no, she just said there will be, like, upheaval and scandals.
So, to me, that means that it's following suit with what happened with Diana. There's always going to be scandals. This woman has sat there. She ain't read Asparagus. She's sat there and watched The Crown.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, but this is what I'm saying. So, there's always been scandals. Obviously, the Diana thing. Obviously, I mean, the bigger one than Diana, realistically, is the Queen's son is a pedophile.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's been swept under the carpet, isn't it?
Let's not skirt.
Allegedly.
Definitely is.
Let's not skirt around this. You can't say I've got no indication of ever meeting that woman. I was never there. I don't sweat. Then someone shows you a picture of you with said lady.
And also they settled.
Totally go, well, he can't be me. I don't sweat.
I think they settled in court, so he ended up paying something so that he.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
it has to be allegedly. No,
but-
it has to
okay,
be
it doesn't have to be
allegedly.
allegedly.
Okay. But
Definitely is a
Do
nonce.
you pay, Alex? Alex, if someone is accusing you of those things and they say to you, "Pay me and I'll make it go away," you don't pay. If you've done nothing wrong, you don't pay.
Exactly,
that person. You go through the proper channels. So don't.
Just because the
like,
verdict hasn't
allegedly
been
or not.
passed down saying like absolutely guilty, which it rarely is in these instances because it's difficult to obtain evidence and witnesses say back down and all this other stuff. It's not easy to
And
prove
he's
in the
very-
court of law.
They're very
Yeah,
powerful.
exactly. He's a very daunting figure, the member of the English royal family, as well as like the
Exactly,
aristocracy
yeah.
of America. So
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, it's a pretty
Exactly,
foregone conclusion. He just paid him off, going, "Oh look, sorry about all that."
This doesn't.
Basically,
Mummy's mad. Mummy's
Mummy's furious,
very angry.
but she's
at what
given
I've
me
done.
my
It-
2
it'll
million
make this
pocket
go
money
away.
or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, I've just got my badges stripped, which is I'm
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
devastated about.
This is the worst thing that could possibly happen to me.
Yeah,
I
yeah. Honestly,
agree
in lizards.
with where you're coming from. For the sake of where we are at the moment, it's allegedly.
Yeah,
It has to be. I'm not saying
I claim a
that.
moral victory over this one. I can't say.
Yeah.
I can't say.
You won't do what you tell me.
Yeah.
You won't do what you tell me.
Look,
Yeah. Okay.
Things happen.
Yeah. Factually, you could say it is allegedly, but then I wasn't there at Battle of the Somme, but it did happen.
Yeah, I mean, allegedly it happened, Will.
Yeah.
In that case, Alex, everything
Yeah.
we know or has ever been taught is allegedly.
well,
Allegedly.
allegedly, she's seen the future with
Well,
asparagus.
look, I can't see Josh right now.
Yeah, allegedly.
I can't see Josh right now. I don't believe he's there.
No.
Allegedly, he
Good
is.
job you can't see me, Will, because I'm furious. I'm absolutely furious.
Well, I can feel that you're
Um,
furious, but I don't
right.
believe you are.
No, I mean, allegedly I am, but how will you ever know? But unfortunately, my mum can't make this all go away. So, right, let me get into the predictions for this year, because this is probably more of a topic, because us three are relatively educated, I would say. Will more than me and Alex.
Yeah.
We're up in the same
Guys.
household.
So just to
Paradise.
reiterate, she got 5. You read out 5. She got 3 right, 2 wrong.
Okay.
Allegedly.
That's not bad. Allegedly. That's not bad. So,
Did you get two right? 2 wrong, sorry?
She got 2 right. She got 2 wrong, 3 right.
no, two.
Okay.
Yeah, but they were at best sketchy.
Yeah, the one
course.
she did get right, yeah.
Okay,
Of course.
so I'll do the top 5 again because it's only fair. So, Jemima's predictions for 2023. The Lionesses will bring the Women's World Cup home, and Serena Weigman will be awarded an honorary damehood. I don't know who Serena Weigman is.
Is she a footballer?
But what,
I imagine.
know what
I
I-
imagine she's a woman footballer.
she doesn't sound now. She doesn't. But that doesn't sound like an English name to me. Serena Weigman.
Are you thinking she's a tennis player? Serena Williams.
Yeah, that's Serena
Do you know
Williams.
what? Do you know what, Will? Why did I think that? Yeah,
I don't
obviously
know
Serena,
any other
but,
famous people called Serena, that is fair. Just
no,
my limited
and
knowledge.
also, I've never heard of a damehood either.
It's like a...
Yeah, because you have like Dame Judi Dench.
Like a
Yeah, it's
knighthood,
like-
I
Dame
guess.
Judi
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dench.
that's what it is.
I've never heard that phrase. So yeah, so Serena Weigman will be awarded an honorary damehood. Gareth Southgate will receive an award in His Majesty's New Year's honours, which
That will only
Yeah,
happen
so-
if the first one happens, because if they win the World Cup, then yeah, of course Gareth Southgate's going to get that. Of course.
no, but the World Cup is not. The World Cup's over.
Oh, of
And we
course.
didn't
He don't
win.
do the women's, does he? And he didn't win.
Yeah, so
So he didn't get one.
But I reckon he still might get an honour because I think once you're England manager for like over 2
Yeah.
years and do right, you seem to get some
Again,
kind of
that's...
prize,
I know we'll put that down
Yeah.
as, yeah, she got it
speculative
right.
at best.
But, I mean, how many... I can just like assume that most England managers probably get a knighthood after
This
the
is
end
what
of
I
a
mean. This is what I mean.
a certain period of time they've been manager for.
Yeah, I mean because they just hand them out. Let's face it, they hand them out last
Yeah,
months. They just give them to pretty much
Got enough
anyone,
money.
but, that's, do you know, yeah. If you earn them enough money, or you do something, well, you don't have to really do anything. Just sort of be an extra in a film on BBC, and they sort of give you
Yeah.
United. So, the number 3 is the government will hang on but will be under ever-increasing pressure to grip the economy. Further devaluations of the pound will not be acceptable.
I am still focusing on number 1 and 2 because the first one, because in the first one you're sort of going on the statistics. They won the Euros. Why wouldn't they win the World Cup?
Yeah, the Serena Wiegman thing. If we say she is a footballer, I just don't know who she is. I'm sure she's lovely and fantastic at what she does, but I can't comment on that one because I just don't know who she is. Shall I Google her?
Number 2.
Do you want me to Google her while you?
Yeah.
I'll have a look at her. See.
You
guys are busy.
Number 2 is the fact that she said about Southgate getting a knighthood.
Yes.
Yeah.
He will receive an award in His Majesty's New Year's honours. I don't think that's a knighthood. That's some kind of award.
What's her second name?
Some kind of another. Wiegman, Wiegman.
So then the manager's New Year's honours have they been done? Because we're halfway through January.
I doubt it.
But we're halfway through January, so we're in the new year, no? I don't know when that gets done. I can't say, so I'd like to know if that's something that has been done. If Will, you can look that up for us.
That? Sorry?
I think Will is now a dedicated sort of researcher, but I don't really save the monarchy's fabulous dates in my diary.
Of course.
So I don't know.
She is a footballer.
Please...
She's a Dutch footballer.
Okay.
I'm just looking if she's actually got a damehood though. That is the.
But why would she? Okay, so I guess it will. So will Serena Wiegman get a Dutch damehood then, or an English damehood? Because I don't understand what she's done to get an English damehood.
Are they global? I don't know.
Because she can't, unless she plays for England. Like maybe she's got Dutch descent, but she plays for England possibly.
Mm.
Who does she play for, Will? At the moment,
apparently she's a Dutch football manager. So maybe she's manager.
Oh, is she the manager of England?
Yeah.
Oh,
she did play.
Is she the manager
current
of
team, yeah, head coach at England from 2017 to 2021. She was.
Sorry, Serena.
Central midfielder and defender. In the Netherlands women's team, and on 2021 England women's team. So I think it says she has an honorary damehood. So I imagine that's English.
Well, okay, so she got that right.
Yeah.
She's got that right. So far we're in January and she's already got something right in 2023.
Yeah.
Fair play to the woman. Maybe the asparagus is the way to go. Forget the tea leaves. Go for the asparagus. Go down local Tesco. Who's going to fruit veg? I'll get them. Yeah. Well, there you go. Will, I'd like to know now if the honourable... the Gareth Southgate one, which was...
The award in His Majesty's New Year's honours. Oh, New Year's honours.
That's what I'm saying. So has that already been done?
New Year party or something?
Has he been knighted, yeah?
No, has he got any... What was it, Josh? Honourable mention?
No. It was an award in His Majesty's New Year's honours.
Oh.
If you type in child sacrifice, probably the same thing will come up. I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's got an OBE, I think.
This year,
2019,
2023. No. So nothing but 2023.
Hold on, I'm just looking. It's dates. Let's try that. Very quick look. Oh, crap. Straight into his wiki page. Here we go. Here we go.
Because that's
that is respectable.
Respectable information.
Oh yeah.
That's really reliable.
What are you telling me? That not everything on Wikipedia?
Well, guys, talk amongst yourselves because there's quite a lot to read.
All right. Well, what's the next one? What we got here?
Right. So the next one was the government will hang on, but will be under ever-increasing pressure to grip the economy. Further devaluation of the pound will not be acceptable, which I think has happened. To be perfectly honest, we can't decrease anymore because there'll be anarchy, and then the government are hanging on, essentially. I don't know what she means by the government will hang on, unless she thinks it's going to be overthrown.
Because the general public don't really have a say, do they? So it is the government.
Yeah, but the government will hang on. What happens when they fall off then? What happens then? Because no matter, you're always voting for the government. It's the government. I don't really understand what she means by that. But
does she mean by hang on as in stand their ground? So I don't want to get into everything, but what I will say is, Brexit happened. We were lied to, and it's f***ed us. As a country, we're knackered. Because when you look at the pound, the food, the chicken, chickens are... well, no.
The homelessness, the pound, the fucking pork.
Honestly, guys,
I'm not having it. I'm not having it anymore.
I couldn't give a.
I've had enough.
I don't think this is what people want to hear on a topical podcast. Well, I say topical. I'm not talking about politics because I just couldn't give.
I don't want to talk about politics.
But the chicken will.
Do it for the chicken.
What are we gonna do?
I don't want to. No. There's a whole speculation about this chicken and Brexit and stuff, and chicken isn't as widely available today as it was a year ago.
Oh.
That's what I meant.
Guys, I can't find anything about Gareth Southgate being knighted.
Right, so let's say that's not true. The pound and the government and stuff like that, I don't think that she's right about that. I think the pound will drop. The arse has fallen out of the pound already.
It'll invariably
it's going to keep
drop.
going, and you never know. We could become a third world country by the end of the year.
All right, mate. I'll let you have that thought.
Yeah, thank you. Next one, Josh.
Jemima says, "We are all f***ed. There was no chicken for anyone."
Well, there we are. Here we are.
KFC's got into a recession.
No, so the next one is agricultural labour will soar amongst the unemployed.
Right. Okay.
Interesting. Agricultural, so like people who pick the strawberries. Where the f*** has she got that? Amongst the homeless, there'll be a drive for homeless people.
The unemployed.
Oh right, okay.
The unemployed. So I mean, there probably is a lot of homeless. They are in that bracket, I suppose. But so what she's saying is essentially, exactly what you said, Will. So all the agricultural workers, so field workers, farm workers, people like that, there's obviously going to be a massive boom, and I think that probably ties into the rationing side of things, where there's not enough food. Now, she's going on like it's going to near enough apocalyptic, I would say. I don't think they're going to bring rations back. I don't think it will ever get that bad because of, well, synthetic food is not even that far away. Haven't they just made a perfect steak from synthetic, I don't know, how they do it.
Yeah, something like that.
Listen, I saw an advert on television. I don't know the name of the company, so I'm sorry to this company. It's not for me. It might be for some people if you're wheat intolerant and stuff. Pasta made from yellow peas. Now,
you tried it?
No, I wouldn't put that shit in my mouth.
Oh, we got to try it, mate.
That's not even that bad, Alex. I thought you was going to say like a fucking burger grown on the back of a mouse or something like that. That's not even that bad.
No, but come on, that's synthetic, is it not? It's synthetic pasta. It's not pasta.
No, synthetic is
it is.
synthetic means like man-made. It's not organic.
Yeah, well, it is man-made, isn't it? Because it's been made into
organic,
a pasta.
It's
not eating
it's
peas.
made from peas.
It might just be a blend, like a chickpea burger. It's made of chickpeas, but it's still called a burger.
Yes, they're talking synthetic, Alex, as in
like fake, like fentanyl. You know, like fentanyl. It's synthetic drug, but it's been designed.
Yeah.
I think that.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like man-made.
I think they printed this steak or whatever it was. I think it was like 3D printed, or I don't know if it's 3D printed, but it was definitely edible because I watched someone eat it. So
yeah, they could have 3D printed it.
I think so. I don't think that there will ever be a rationing. Because they will just do that. That's not even a million miles away. I think that will be the next thing, personally.
And she reckons that's going to happen this year.
No, so yeah, no. So what we're getting back to, she said that agricultural labour will soar amongst the unemployed. So essentially, where there's a food shortage now, like you said about the chicken, for example, people are going to be growing their own food. More farmers are going to be growing more stuff. Whether you just grow cabbages, carrots, and peas, you're now going to be growing Brussels sprouts, corn, anything you can, because it's supply and demand, right? Everyone needs the food. So if you can corner each market or each group, you're going to make double the money. So they're going to need double the workers. So that one is actually quite an educated thing to say, I would suggest.
Yeah, okay. I'll give her that. I think that's doable. I think that's going to happen. They already genetically modify food. So you say that you've seen a video of someone eating a synthetic steak burger thing.
I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll give her that. All right. Yeah, we'll wait and see. I mean, only the future will tell, not the asparagus will tell. So,
was that the last one?
Was that 5?
Was
that
that
5?
More? I don't. Shall I do one more?
Do one more.
Shall I treat you to one more? The UK will not return to the EU.
Duh.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, we are pretty fucked, I'll be honest with you.
We want to, obviously.
No, I don't think we do, though, do we?
We're trying.
Put it to bed.
But are the
Just put it to bed.
government trying to save face?
Always. They're always trying to save face.
We've made our beds, lie in it. I haven't made the bed, I didn't vote. But I'm saying, if people that voted have made their bed, now let them lie in it. That's what I say.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well,
That makes
I
sense.
don't know where she's getting this,
Sorry, Will.
all this shit from, to be honest. It seems to me...
The asparagus, Will.
Seems to me like...
Come
what
on,
she,
Will. The Spiz of Destiny.
What she bases her ideas of predicting things on seems to be bullshit anyway. Because, like she's saying, she's predicted these things when anyone could predict them. You might as well get rid of the asparagus from the question because they aren't helping anyone. Unless she was drying them out to go alongside a nice steak, then with a bit of butter on it, then I don't think.
Well,
I just think she's.
well.
I mean, I am inclined to say this is life.
Steak?
Maybe a synthetic steak. I'm inclined to say this is life, unfortunately, because there are nutters out there that believe in this shit.
Yeah, but I mean, Will, I agree with you. But Alex, can we have a total? What are the total of ones she's got right and ones she's got wrong out of? Well, we can't do the 23 ones, can we?
We can.
Oh yeah, we can. The damehood. But
She's
so
got-
how many she got right?
She actually got 4 right. So
4 out of 10. 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Or 11.
Well,
4 out of
it's
11.
hard to say 4 out of 10, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
I'll be honest,
We're
I
not
wasn't
through
counting.
with
we,
you.
we know she's got right.
we
She said she was 70 to 90%
Yeah.
right.
And the things that she was right about, I don't really think you could exactly
get them wrong.
Yeah, and it's not like it was the asparagus that definitely
It's an
assured her.
educated guess,
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. It is just common sense. It's just thinking,
Have you-
Yeah,
well,
I
it could
mean,
go this way, it could go that way. It's like looking like this, from what I've seen on the news. Let's write that down in the asparagus. Does she use
Is
the
there
same
any more?
asparagus? That's what I want to know as well. Or is it like 20-year-old asparagus, or she just
You'd be
gets it
wrong,
all
wouldn't
new?
So.
Or does asparagus
she
all
gets
have
it from,
this
like-
this predictive? How does she even know? Is
I
it like
mean-
3 land? Does it spell it out for her?
She's going around fondling asparagus.
Yeah.
She's taking it out of
Talking
packets,
to it.
isn't she? And, she's going, oh, what are you
Yeah.
going to tell me when you get home, you dirty little spin?
Yeah, she's going putting it up to
She
her ear.
reads a handful of tips, tosses them into the air,
Tips.
and reads the shapes
Tosses.
they form when they land.
Reads
but
the
they put
shapes.
reads in quotation marks.
Reads the shapes. So if it makes a
So
square,
she picks a handful of. Hold on. She picks a handful of tips, tosses them into
Tips
the
and tosses,
air,
yeah.
and reads quotation marks the shapes they form when they land. Hence, I think she mentioned a broken crown.
yes.
Now, if she has thrown up asparagus tips, they've landed in anything that resembles the shape of a crown. You could can do that again with a million throws.
No.
So, and surely one bit of asparagus is over on your right, one bit's behind your leg, one bit's in
Yeah.
your hood, one bit's got in your hair. So how the f*** are you making she's not Neil Buchanan on Art Attack, where you used to do that sick thing with salt and draw like a whole thing from above. How are you going to find all the bits? And do you know
I'm
what I mean?
thinking, does she mean the crown? Is there a part of the one piece of asparagus that's called the crown, and that because she threw it up in the air and it hit the deck, it snapped off, and therefore that one, she was like, oh well, broken crown, some shit's going to happen.
I mean, you know, Will, I
Rather
don't
than
know.
it actually-
I don't know. I mean,
that
I'm
much
not-
about asparagus.
Actually
though.
going, it
My
lands.
asparagus-
It lands where it lands, and then it goes and it sort of walks across to make a shape.
Walks.
Yeah,
So you can tell the future and it walks. It's a f***ing alien, mate.
well, that's what I'm imagining it looks like to her. It goes, oh, I see something here. Hold on.
Oh,
Hang on. Gets out.
pick me, Jemima, pick me.
Gets out a very comically large magnifying glass.
Yeah, she'd be seeing.
I see death in your future.
She'd be seeing Robert Powell on a piece of toast now.
I mean, so that is. So she's got 4 out of, let's say 4 out of 11 right, yet to be seen. She could get the rest of them right, but what I'll be. You've got all the facts now. We've had a long old discussion about it. Do we know enough to make our predictions or to make our to give the outcome?
I mean, yeah, I'm
I think Will's more straight cut on this.
the
decision.
straightest cut piece of asparagus out there, mate.
Yeah.
All right, well I'll go to that
Yeah.
because I've made up my mind.
Okay.
I'm saying this is life. Purely. I'm saying this is life because it's not as crazy as this story is. It's not. It's the 3rd least crazy story that we've read out so far.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, that
insane.
is true. That is true. Yeah. What about you, Alex? What are you saying?
Look, for me,
You're going to sit on the fence again.
I'm not going to sit on the
Something
fence.
about
I'm
things
gonna
going up
give
your
two-
arse, isn't it? That's what you like.
Yeah.
Get them tomatoes and them cones. I like to have an argument for both sides of this. I don't think both sides are.
They don't cut the asparagus, is what you mean.
Yeah. So the way I've got to view this, I'm not a spiritual person in the
Persian?
Persian, shaken. I'm not a spiritual person in any shape or form. I believe in paranormal happenings, but I'm not spiritual in a sense of give me a gemstone and it's going to heal my broken leg. I don't believe in that.
Healed mine, mate, but whatever.
But what I will say is I understand that people do believe and maybe can see future, time travel, blah, blah, blah. Is Asparagus doing that? No. Do people live like this and people believe this? People pay money to go get tarot card readings and psychic readings and all that jazz. So
By charlatans. People
yeah,
get conned by f***ing charlatans and con men.
basically. So my decision based on that is the asparagus is bollocks.
Mm.
The predictions,
Are
people do it.
Lackluster and slapdash at best.
She's going very out there with asparagus and not tea leaves, but then people did read tea leaves. So what's to say that you can't throw a stick of wheat into
You
the
could
air,
probably-
and when it all disperses, you can't read
Yeah.
them?
But
And
I
say.
think what's the point? I can throw whatever you want in the air and say Liverpool are not going to win the league
I think
this year.
That's
I
right.
think that's
because
what Alex
because
is saying, yeah.
And we're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could throw a lump of Weetabix in the air and say that.
Exactly. Exactly. So I think on that premise that it's not life, but the fact that people believe in this and that she is doing this and this is not bullshit, this is life. This is life.
Okay.
That's my decision.
Yeah, I agree.
Because she believes it, she's doing it, and other people pay money for
That's true.
her to do this. So this is
It's
life.
definitely life, yeah. Is that our first
That's
unanimous
our first
decision?
all three. This is life.
What I want to know though, does anyone actually know?
Hat trick,
Yeah.
bro.
Week 3. What I'm thinking though, guys, have you ever met someone that does this shit?
Yes.
You have. See, I never have. I never
No.
have. So maybe
Not
maybe I
properly,
should
not
be
to the
saying
point
this isn't
of-
life because I don't actually know anyone.
Because it's just
Allegedly.
speculation.
Allegedly.
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 they're allegedly reading tarot cards. Yeah, I do know someone that has read tarot cards. And
Oh, tarot cards. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do know people
so-
doing that.
so it's the same thing, right?
I'll be honest. I will. I have known 2 people in my life go to readings. I have heard. I don't know whether they've done with tarot cards, but I've heard readings, like where they like record them essentially on the phone and then send it to you, so you can have the whole. I have heard things that have been said about me personally, I've been included into something that someone has gone and seen who's in my life. I've been mentioned. Things have been said. Names have been said where there's no way that the person could have known that. So there's definitely something in it, because I always thought it was they would look on Facebook or they're really good at research. But if you don't give them even your real name, you just give them a piece of jewellery, for example. They ask for a piece of jewellery. Some of the things they say are so accurate, and they're not like the ones where you get like, oh, someone in the room's had someone die recently, where it's obviously going to be yes. These are like personal things that are like no one else would know. So for me, there has to be something. There has to be something in it.
I just think they're very experienced con men. Like they know what to say.
It could be that. Maybe. Or
they might have mentioned you, or how long did it take them to get to your name? They were going, oh, I'm getting a J, I'm getting a Jocelyn, I'm getting a Jared, and they're like, no, I don't know anyone called Jared. And you go, oh, I'm getting a J, and then they're looking at your face, and then as soon as they think, okay, J-O, J, and they go, right, Josh, it must be Josh then.
Yeah,
it's like
that's true. That is true. That's true. And I think when they say maybe, oh, there's a little old lady here, you can pretty much describe anyone's nan, unless your nan is not like that. You can pretty much describe anyone's nan. But I think I'm definitely, this year, I want to go and see one, because I want to know myself. I'm curious into that side of it, and I will not give anything away because I want to go in there skeptical, and yeah, I mean I'll update you when I do that, but that is something I do want to look into. But
instead of just updating us,
yeah, you're right,
could it be something that you secretly record and we stick it in the show?
No, a lot of them you're allowed to record now. No, that's fine. A lot of them, the lady I want to go and see, actually I think he's in Southend or Leigh-on-Sea.
Makes sense.
I know that she only charges like a minimal amount compared to other people, and everyone's been there as I know personally has said like absolutely spot on. So I'm going to go to her, and I've got no problem with that being uploaded so people can listen to it on the show and then we can talk about it.
I wouldn't mind doing that. To be fair, that'd be good topic.
I mean, absolutely.
The unknown.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all.
So, this is life, boys.
Seems that way, yeah. There are some nutcases out there that do this sort of shit. That apparently, they are normal people, but try and mislead the public with their just sort of pointless bullshit. So yeah.
Will, I feel like has something happened in your past with somebody who reads tarot cards, because you've got a fucking deep-seated hatred for them.
I just don't.
It just hates anything spiritual.
No, it's just not. It's not that.
Anything that's not.
I believe in science.
No, it's not that. Spiritual.
No, I'm with you.
There are things that are spiritual, or they can use the word spiritual, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean. Like what you feel when you listen to music can be the feeling that you get, or
that's a good one.
Can be described as spiritual. Spiritual. You can't really. I mean, you could probably explain it, but it's almost something different, isn't it? To people, something that really connects with you. So
yeah, absolutely.
And everyone's entitled to have their beliefs, but there are certain people that I just think are absolute charlatans and con men, and they get away with fucking murder by spouting a bullshit because they feel like, they're good at talking, from a higher position. They're good at making people believe, making people feel bad.
So basically, you're describing, in episode 1, we spoke about a woman that married Jack Sparrow's ghost, and the person to marry these people was a self-proclaimed shaman.
Yeah.
So you're talking about self-proclaimed shamans.
He is that guy. Yeah, yeah. People like that are charlatans of the highest degree.
Self-proclaimed charlatans.
Yeah, yeah.
That's actually a sick band name. Self-proclaimed charlatans. Trademarked.
You've got it. Yeah, it's just people like that who try and lead others astray. I think really, I have nothing but utter contempt for. So.
Okay. Well, guys, I think that concludes today's show.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Shout out all the shots.
Yeah. Pick up.
Right.
If you've got any diluted water to sell us, we'll happily buy a few crates.
Do you know what I'm going to say as well? If anyone, this is very ambitious of me, but if anyone does have any crazy stories that you think we could possibly
I'd
have
love
them read
that.
out, then please do
Yeah.
send them in.
Yeah, you can send those
Please do
in.
send them
You
in.
can send those in via email at thisisn'tlife.sub@gmail.com. You can find that on our Twitter. You can go to Twitter.
Yeah.
You can definitely send us a DM on Twitter. Make sure you,
can
follow him first.
You can let us know
Slide in the
whether or
DMs.
not we should include your name or not. I mean, if we were to read it
Please
out
do.
as if it's a
Disclaimer.
story, you can say whether or not you want your name in it, or we can make up a name, and we can just read it out, and then we can comment. And I mean, ideally, we're going to ridicule it and make some hilarious and awful jokes at your expense. But if you're willing to put that up there, then we are more than happy to read it out. So we'd be.
If you want to
happy
get
for
ripped
that.
the shit out of,
Yeah.
please submit your
Yeah.
submit your story.
Yeah. Do you like having the
Yeah.
piss taken
No,
out
that'd
of
be
you? Join. This isn't life.
Do you want all your friends to leave you, your wife to divorce you, the kids to hate you?
The dog.
Then send us a story.
Josh, you've got a very important decision to make next week. Who is reading and finding a story?
I'm going to go you, Alex, not because you know how much I love chaos, and that's not chaotic at all. I should have thrown it back to Will, but I'm going to go with you, because I'm intrigued to see what you're going to do, Alex. I like Will's one, but I'm intrigued to see what you're going to do next, because I've thrown one in that's very not as bonkers, shall we say, as the other ones. I wonder what path you're going to choose.
Well,
Sorry, William.
That's all right, mate. It gives me more time to look up something that's absolutely outrageous.
There you go.
So no problems there.
Exactly.
okay, so it's gone full circle.
Yeah.
We will see what happens with my story. The story could come from a news article. The story could come from the listeners here. And once again,
Ooh.
Twitter, YouTube comments. We will get in touch with you. But the best place will be the email address at thisisn'tlife.sub@gmail.com.
Cool.
Absolutely. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm. See you next week.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. See you guys.
Take
See
care.
ya.
Bye.